Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
go ahead and get started with Georgia Tech head coach Josh Pastner. Coach, if you could open us up with a brief statement before we have questions.
yeah, just a couple things. First off, we competed as we always do. We gave ourselves a chance to win. In the end, it just came down to they made some threes and we didn't. And there was a stretch during the second half. We had 3 great looks from 3. We missed great looks. And so that's the difference of the game was 3-point shooting. And our shots were really good. We had 9 turnovers the first half, but we settled down and took care of the ball and only had 3 the second half, so a total of 12. I think they came in averaging forcing teams to about 20 turnovers a game. So, we've done a nice job there on settling down and kind of getting, it's hard to simulate their length in practice, obviously. But overall, we did a lot of good. We're getting better. Obviously, you can see that we have improved. We've come a long way. I really like our group. We're going to continue to get better. I did think at times we were small, and we'll have to look at that. When you're playing, some different teams in the league and they're bigger like that, you can be small, but you're going to have to make shots to negate the size disadvantage. But we fought and battled on the glass. The stat line, if you look at the stat line, it's dead out equal, both teams. The difference is they were 8 of 17 from 3 and we were 5 of 20. And that's the bottom line, the difference of the game. They had a couple 50-50 balls that went their way in the first half. The Wilkes kid hit 2 threes off of 50-50 balls. And we had one where we're about to take the lead in the second half late, and kind of Jose went out of bounds, and they ended up scoring. Our first half, there was 2 possessions where our transition defense was not good. And last 2 games, we've been elite in transition defense. And for this game, for the most part, we were elite other than those 2 possessions. And I told our guys, EPIP, every possession is precious. If you let your foot off the gas in that possession or 2 in transition defense, for us to be really good, we have to be elite in transition defense. And we had 2 possessions where we weren't, and they scored off it. And those things, are backbreakers that happened in the first half. And I think, Scotty Barnes, he'll be the next lottery pick coming out of Florida State. He's really good. He's really good. And he made some big plays for him. We put different guys. We tried different coverages. And he just, he played like he was a lottery pick in that late part of the second half. But I was really proud of our guys. I love our group. We're going to continue to get better. A lot to look forward to this group. We've got to just continue to improve, and we'll be ready to get back and make any adjustments that we need to make to continue to get better moving forward.
Okay, we'll take questions for Coach Pastner. If you have a question, please use the raise hand function within Zoom. We'll call on people individually, beginning with Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
Hey, Josh, you guys have yet to have Jose and Mike both play like a really good game on offense together at the same time. And tonight was another carry where Mike's kind of steps up, but Jose really never got going. Kind of what do you see as being the issues there with those 2 guys not being on the same success page offensively?
Yeah, Kelly, look, I've said it, 1,000 times, just about it's a guards game, and your guards have to be really good. And for us, our guards have to be really good. I've said it, our 3 guards, if you look at Bubba, the 3 starting guards, Bubba, Mike, and Jose, 2 of the 3 have to be really good. If they are, then we have a chance to win the game. If all 3 are really good, we're going to win the game. But if only one of the 3 or none of the 3 are good, it's going to be hard for us to win any game when we do that. And tonight, we didn't have that level of guard play that we needed to have. And so, and that's in the end, that ends up, you take a loss because of that. So at some point, Jose and Mike will be, they're on the same page. They just got to play well at the same time together. But I want to say this, we got great shots. So we had great shots, great looks. And as a coach, it's all you can ask for. You got to focus on the controllables, control the controllables, and getting good shots is a controllable. Whether the ball goes in the basket or not, that's outside of our control. And that's all you can ask for is getting good shots. We got good shots, good looks, And, hopefully by next game, we'll be ready to stick them.
Next question comes from Rod McKenzie from 247 Sports.
Hey, Josh, I guess number one, it's sort of hard to close out a game and stay close when you only hit 2 out of 12 shots. And of course, that's what you were just talking about. You had some open looks, but you couldn't hit them. But you look at Jose hits the first shot of the game and then doesn't score again until 11:36 of the second half. And Moses doesn't hit his first hoop until 12:16 of the second half. So that really makes it difficult to win on the road against a team like Florida State.
Well, Rod, what I would tell you is Marvin Lewis and I were talking about this just prior to coming in here. Moses, Moses has been really good. And he didn't force the issues on anything today. He was solid, but we need Moses to be at a high level. But we also didn't get him a lot of touches. In Florida State, because of the way they play in their length, and that is something when we're at Moses at the 5 spot, which is good because it makes it a tough matchup. But when you're playing those bigger teams, it makes it harder than for Moses. And it really, if we're not hitting the threes, the floor gets shrunk for people to sit on Moses. And because up to this point, he had been playing as well as anybody in the country, or one of the better ones in the country. So to open things up when you're smaller, you've got to make some shots to open some things up for Moses. So we'll have to look at that, to continue to tinker with that, to see, what do we need to do to help Moses? And that's on me. That's important for me because we'll continue to play teams that are bigger and when you get into the ACC. And so we'll make some adjustments to see how that goes, whether that's us playing bigger or doing some different things offensively to help on that. But Moses, he's been really good to this point, and for us to be successful, we need him to continue to be really good on who he was before this game.
Next question from Ken Segura from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
There were times, particularly when you weren't getting in the open court, that it felt like the ball wasn't moving probably like you wanted. How much of that had to do with length and how much it was something else?
Yeah, Ken, I knew coming in this game that we were going to probably pound the ball a little more than I would have liked. Part of that was I wanted to have less, and that's where some of our turnovers were in the first half. We had more trying to entries into the wing to flow into our offense, which the more passes you're floating around the perimeter, the more opportunities for turnovers. So the second half, Ken, I just told our guys at halftime for the adjustment is, we're going to wave guys through and we're going to take out a pass or two to get into our offense, which it worked because we only had 3 turnovers and we got good shots. I felt the first half we were trying to move it and it ended up causing us some turnovers. So in a team like this, you're going to have to at times, and you're right, I don't like the ball sticking or pounding, giving it a headache. But to eliminate from A to B, C, I just went from A to D so we could just get within our offense and kind of took out some of the false motion in the second half.
Time for a couple more for Coach Pastner. We'll start with one from Patrick Canaro from Ramblin' Sports.
Hi, Coach. What was your assessment tonight of Kyle Sturdivant when you got a chance to play the point?
I thought Kyle early on was a little bit up and down, but I thought in that run when we had that 15-0 run, I thought he was pretty good. He helped us, catalyst us to that, to get us back into a chance to, take the lead. So he's been solid. He was solid tonight, and looking at his stat line, 2 assists, 1 turnover. I mean, he was solid. He did a nice job. He's continued to get better as well too. So I've been proud of Kyle.
We'll take 2 more for Coach Pastner. The last 2 that are in queue. We'll start with one from Kelly Quinlan. We'll wrap up with one from Ken Segura. Kelly.
Josh, can you talk a little bit about Usher tonight? He gave you the spark to keep you in the game in the first half, and then he also gave you a little bit of time for Moses when he got in foul trouble. Can you kind of just talk about his game?
Yeah, no, I thought Jordan was solid tonight. The biggest thing is he's got to, we got to continue to eliminate those turnovers. He had 3 tonight. Obviously that one in the first start of the game, him and Mike had a miscue on throwing the ball in bounds on that. But other than that, he was solid. He hit some tough shots and he competed, battled on the glass. So he had good energy, Jordan. He cut well. He gave us a good spark, and as long as he continues to stay within the frameworks and stays solid, he's a really good player for us.
Ken, last question.
I was curious about one segment. It was 59-53, about 7 minutes ago. Michael had the wide open three from the corner, missed, and they came back and hit a three. Did that feel to you like a pretty significant interchange in the game?
Yeah, I thought that segment right there, and before that we had, like I said, Ken, we had 3 straight threes. 3 possessions of wide open threes that you got to make, and we didn't make them. And again, they were good shots. So that was a big stretch. That stretch was huge because Mike hits that three. It stays at a 1 possession game. But that was a 6-point swing, and that was the difference in the game right there. And it wasn't just that shot. It was a lot of our threes. We were open. We just missed we just didn't make them tonight. And and to this point, we really haven't, through our first 5 games, we really haven't shot the three well. So if we're playing small, we're gonna, we scrap, we compete. What has saved us to this point is we've done a great job of taking care of the ball. In our last 3 games, we've really improved on that. Even this game, they came in averaging worse than teams about 20 turnovers. So us to be, besides the first half, we've done a nice job of taking care of the ball. But we need to make a few shots, which will open some things up for us as well. So we'll get the ball, just to find the hoop right now, and it will.
Coach, thank you very much.